start filming. It's up now.
Okay. Well, I won't be. I have to open my. We on now? Okay. Uh, it's been awesome. It's been wonderful. Good morning, all. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining again. Oh, I'm seeing people here. Okay. Let me try to send reminder to us, to others who to join. While I continue, I'll just send the reminder so that we can just for like 1-2 minutes wait for others to join. And I want us to share our experience so far in this program. Okay, and just drop in the chat room your experience so far, while I use that to just quickly send a reminder round to people. Okay, we're on now, yeah. Yes, yes, yes. We're sending reminder right now. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. People are coming in now. That's so sorry to remind them from different places. Yes, others can easily join us. so that we don't waste time. All right, so good morning once again. Welcome to the last day of the program. So I'm trying to, let's go through. I know that for us, one way or the other will bless you. Something is changing. So I like us to just like comment, send in your chat. And, today, like I said, we'll be going into, we will consider Google My Business for some who don't, who are yet to do that, who don't have their business yet on Google My Business. And for those who probably they have one, but maybe they need to put the second there. So we will be looking at what is this Google My Business? What is Google My Business, and how you as a business person can do it on your own without any stress, without any hassle. So we're good to go. And I'll also show us, now showing us how to do it, then possible things we could be aware of when we talk about Google My Business. So what is Google My Business? Google My Business is a free multi-featured business listing that local business can use to manage their presence on Google Search and Google Maps. So this is something that Google it's not like a website, but it's more to that. It's like a website and listing combined together. It's a free tool from Google whereby you as a business owner can be able to enlist your business for global access, for global penetration. You're able to talk about your business, your products, to reach out to customer. So you're able to register, and it works more, focus more on local businesses. Of course, for remote business, but at least for every business has a center, has an office, has somewhere where it's being coordinated. So Google My Business gives opportunity to businesses to have their presence online, and by having presence online and bringing in the local addresses, local places of transaction. So in time past, to do Google My Business, it has always been like you go to like somewhere, although we see that where you go to, and have to wait for verification, but it's better now with the new arrangement, and which will be seen today. But let's talk more about Google My Business. So Google My Business, to have the multi-feature on Google My Business, you can just do ordinary listing. And on Google My Business, if you don't have website, you can actually have one, which is going to use the extension, which is going to be a subdomain of Google. Like Google My Business listing, not unlike listing on online business directories such as but it's found directly in Google. It's found directly in Google, and found directly in Google, and from there, I've ought to have shared my screen. Sorry about that. So I'm sharing my screen now. Okay, please give me 100 if you can see my screen. So Google My Business gives us opportunity to, okay, thank you. So it gives us opportunity to be able to talk about our business, list our businesses for people to see. And that gives us opportunity, you know, there's to find, for our business to find its way to what we call the Google console. The Google console is the Google, like when we say console, like the sack or the bag where Google have all the websites. So with listening on Google My Business gives your business opportunity to be able to be searchable for your business to be discovered. So it's found directly in Google and Google Maps search. So what it means is that you can see map we have here. So what it means is that I can, if I go to Google Map or I go to Google search, either to Google search or go to Google Map. If I go to Google search and just maybe in my area, I just want to ask that restaurants, maybe you run a restaurant, and I just say restaurants in my area. Now I'll use in my area, I may say restaurants in a site, maybe in Lagos, restaurant in so a particular area. Wherever you are, you can just try either on your mobile or on your laptop. Just think of something, just think of a business. Oh, automobile in my area, plumber in my area, plumber in so place, so a plumber in Abuja, plumber in anywhere. So once you type that, any business that is being submitted, any business that the that has been submitted will definitely come up. It will come up, and by that you'll be able to see it. But if a business is not listed, it will not come up, except if so, one way or the other it has been listed. So the way, anytime you type and you see a business that come up when you search for something, it's because that business has been enlisted to Google My Business. That is why you are able to see that business. So if you say restaurant in my area, for example, it's going to bring the list of restaurants in my area. It's going to bring the list of restaurants. So if you run a restaurant, it will therefore bring your restaurant. No matter what you do, once your business is listed, it's going to come up on the map or in Google search. So that's the way. That's the number one way that you can see the opportunity. So it makes your business, though internet or digital entrepreneurship doesn't start from there, but at least it's a step that someone can be able to search you and find you, and be able to search your business and be able to find you. So I want to quickly do something. So for people who are not able to, you can tell I noticed that some people are coming in, but they say the link is working. And what you can do is that if you have not saved my number, you can just save the number, and then you can be able to enter. They can be able to enter. Let them, once they save my number, the link can be able to work. So probably it's that might be the problem. For those who are not able to, because I can see some people are sending message that they are not able to, and that the link unable to enter. link is working and people are in already. So let's move on. So I was talking about that. Okay, so Google My Business, it's something that every business should consider. So because it gives you the opportunity, Google My Business listen, so it gives you the opportunity. Then, so it allows third party to see, and that's what we call saying, oh, are you listed? Are you on Google My Business? So if your business is in a particular place, one is being listed, people can be able to access, people can be able to see you. So, and you have seen the way I search. So that's the same way third party, a visitor, someone who needs a service, someone needs your service, will go online and search. So if your business has not been listing, you won't be able to see. So, and what you saw, you can see any business that that person asked, will be able to find. And then when you put your business online, it's known as, that's when you say Google My Business listing. And there are two basic ways that you can do it. It used to be one, like I said, but today there are two basic ways. And the first, I actually enjoy the first one for now, because this way we do it before. When you go to Google My Business, when you just type Google My Business, before, when you say Google My Business, just like you search Google My Business, it's going to bring you the link. So you can see, it's going to, because already my business is listable. I'm just going to show us. So I say, so when you type Google My Business, it brings this, and why it's showing me manage now is because our business already listed. But for you, who your business, for those that you have not already, that are yet to be listed, what is going to show is the start. And so when you start, let me just, like, I want to manage for you, you click on start now, so it brings you inside. Meanwhile, that time you will have to submit your details, and after submitting your details, you will now need to wait for verification, which will be sent to you by mail. Your address will be your address that will be submitted while you are filling the form. You can see that our business are verified. So your details, the address of where the office, where the business is, will be submitted, and then Google will send a mail, not an email, a mail, which will be delivered to that place before you will be verified. But that now has been taken out of the way. Now you don't need to wait for 7 days, 21 days before you receive mail again. There are two simple ways, and in fact, the first one is the simplest, and that is when you start going, and that's the major now, and it's very simple to do. The first thing you need to do for around that is you use Google Maps. You can do setup. Now my template, what you see here will be different from what you're going to see from your hand. My screen, I'm only showing you because this is Google Maps, but my Google Maps is engaged already, because my Google Map is one, my businesses have been listed, and then I've already have advanced engagement with my Google Map. So you probably may not see, your screen may not be same like mine, but the procedure is same and simple. So the process is, you will go to your Google Map, and from there, I think so. Let me because some people, because I remember there was a discussion that someone was like, this Google Map you are talking about, how can my business be listed, and different question, what was the benefit? So I remember that I put it there, that I want to talk about two things that determine if your business can be on Google. The first one is that, does your business meet people in person? That is one question. Then the second one, does it, violate Google business policy? Once you can go by Google business policy, so anybody can, of course, put business online. And once you put your business online, it can show for different people to see. And later we'll talk about when we talk about Google 3-pack. But how do you put this business online? It's first thing that I want to talk about. How? So the first step, which is the best one, is to go to your map. Go to your Google map, and then so on your, you can just type business, you can just type a business.com.google, bring your Google map up, or you just go to your app. If you have your on your mobile, you just go to your app, click on your app and bring out Google map. Like I said, you can set up a business on Google in two ways: through your Google Maps and through Google My Business, through a template like this that you have. Because I except I want to add another business value, that's a single business. Okay, so maybe we show, but because this idea is going to take me around find and manage business and find out. So now, as I was saying, so you go to your Google map. If you can't find your map on your mobile, just go to your Play Store and download. And if you have your Google map, make sure that your Google map is up to date, that you update your Google map. You have to do that. Make sure you update before you can be able to do Google My Business. For any software, any digital tools that has app, for you to enjoy the best of that on your desktop, you must always update your app. Your app must always be up to date. That is what's going to help allow you to enjoy the best. So you open your Google Maps on your phone, then you will likely see, I'm sure, like I said, you will see how your map will look like. And then, so there's somewhere they say contribute. You will see this contribute. So you will click on this contribute. Now, like I said, it's because I'm already, for me, I have a series of engagements already going on. As you can see, I already contribute. But for a new business, it's going to, when you click on this contribute, it's going to bring something for you, which from there, you will see where it says, where you can say get started. So you get started. Now, again, be sure that on your phone, your mobile, the location, you own your location. One, make sure that your Google Maps is up to date. You have the latest version of your Google Map. That's first. And also, of course, clear out. Now, for me now, if I want to do that, I will have to clear out all the locations. But for you, if you want to do my business, you have to clear out all the locations. Then you now click on Get Started. So when you click on Get Started, it will bring a template for you. So it will ask you as a kind of where it's going to land for you to type in something. So all you need to do is click on Add Your Business to Google. You just click on Add Your Business. You already, before coming to this place, you are sure that your location is the location turbo is set, or that your phone location is on. Be sure that your phone location is on, because what this is doing for you is that there won't be any need of waiting for 7 or 21 days to receive mail again. By doing this, you already done the verification, you already passed, because it's registering. What it means that you are listing your business from the place, from the point, the location that Google will have sent you mail to verify. So you are doing straight verification by starting with your Google Map, because you are in the right place that they need to verify, and by the Google Map you have been verified straight away. So make sure that your location is on, that is, your app is up to date, is a new updated version of the Google Maps. And then be sure that you on the location. Don't forget, be sure that you on the location. And then so click on contribute. When you click on contribute, the next thing is that you create a template, then you now say start now. So when you click on start now, you will, what you have to do is that you will put your address. That's add. I mean, you click on add. You add your business to Google. So once you say add my business to Google, of course, you are going to fill all the, once it already picked the location. So the next thing that you're able to now talk about the name of the business, the name, the everything, all the other information you need to fill. So you're able to drop every other information. So it's because from there it's going to take you to a template where you'll be able to submit the information about your business, all the details about your business you'll be able to submit. So for example, informations like, if I go to business hub now, has been registered, listed and verified, you will see, then it will give you that business. We have a home like this, where you have your business profile manager. So from here, you'll be able to do lots of things, different settings. You'll be able to see the inside, the visit, and then you have your tools to use. You can see different tools by the side, and then you can be able to able to set up your, you can see it said keep customers up to date. You can get started. You can set up a subdomain, a website, a kind of under Google My Business here. So what you now need to do from here, for the number one, is that your business has been listed by that first process. So the next thing that you need to do is to begin to explore, answer all the questions, put all every other thing you need to do, give all other information about your business, upload, and then if you have a website, it's going to ask you if you have a website. You will drop the website there. If you look at when you will drop the website, because that is what is Google is going to submit to people that are coming to you, that are visiting your business. So it's going to easily give all the information you submit, all these details as you submit. When it's going to collect all the info, then Google will now use them around your business. It's going to show when you open and when you close. It's going to ask you all those questions, and you want to set up. So if you have what is your business all about, what do you say, what do you do, everything, it will get the information like signing up, and then the keywords, everything you need about your business, you will submit, and then you are good to go. So like I said, and that is if you're using so that is if you are using Google Map. So, and like I said, the other way that you can do it is by which this one will need you to do more. The Google Map is faster, easier for verification, because it started actually with business. That idea started with the business verification. So it started with business verification is faster. So the second one, if you choose to use the second one, that's when you go to business.google.com. they still, all of two of them see is still the same place they meet. But what I'm trying to explain is that you can see that it's still the same they meet. For you, it's if you go through the process of coming by business.google.com, you will need to now go through the process of verification by either by making the choice of mail or now by making the choice of text messages or text message or whichever way. But the easiest one is that Google Map. You go to Google Map, you follow. It's very simple and easy. Make sure that you are with a Google an updated app on your phone, and then make sure that your location is on. So once that is settled, go to contribute, click on contribute, and from contribute, get started. When you get started, you will see the process is very easy, and you just from that you have your business, just make things happen. So submit all the details. Submit all the details. All you need to do is click. You just click on add your business to Google. Once you click on add your business to Google, the next thing that happens is the template for you to fill to submit the details will come. So that is the easiest way to get your business online, to get your business into Google My Business. So you can, of course, explore more and think more other things that you think can do. So I need to stop there as for Google My Business, and now my screen keeps dropping back. Okay, so we are going to be having, of course, two sessions today, and what I want to do first is I'm going to be taking a brief presentation before we have our guest. I shared a story with us yesterday, and believe me, that is the experience. That is the experience, and for so many people, is the same experience. So I'm sharing my slide, and I'm going to. Okay, I think I have it up. Please. Okay. So what we have now, because I was just thinking about it. There are so in Africa and in Nigeria, the poverty rate is much, and so the only thing we can do is to find a way. Yes, government is there. We understand. Government is there, but what I've discovered is that government cannot help us to answer everything. We just need to have a way of contribution. So I know that people always. So, let me share my screen. Please, can you see my slide? Please, kindly give me 100 if you can see my slide. Okay, so wealth creation through digital technology. All right. So I'm going to go briefly and just tell us some things that have. Okay, some people said, yo, I always, okay, let me see my face. Face is not an easy, but. So, blessed here with you. I discovered that there are things online that we can get engaged with that can actually help us. Either you want, for those who are looking for a job, I made a post day before yesterday, and that is true. If you are a graduate, you're a graduate, and all you do for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years is running here and there, doing I beg to apply. You're looking for a job every now and then. No, I advise, there is opportunity. Look inward, come closer, go online. There are opportunities. And the interesting thing about this digital age is that you don't have to, there are jobs that you can start, you can create something on your own. You can come up with something and it becomes a job. So we can't stay with no job, not for graduates and where there is digital. And I will prove it. I will show us from some of the things that I'll be sharing with us. I will show. So, and that's what I'm just going to do. Then just looking at the time. So I'm just going to briefly talk about wealth creation through digital technology. I'll just briefly talk about it before we get, because I know that we have 2 hours for everything we need to do. So I'll just briefly share this, and then we'll bring in our guests. And then, like I said, we have some of these trainings, some of these teachings, some of this talk on our website. So let's move. Now, look at the statistics. According to the report from different research organizations, digital economy is expected to hit $23 trillion by 2025. That is, and you can consider that how many people using laptop, using phone, using this, and consider different transactions, different businesses, different engagement going on online. And that is what you think about to confirm that this report is actually true. So then the Global Industry Vision, the GIV 2025 report revealed that the number of personal smart devices will reach 40 billion, and the total number of connections around the world will reach 100 billion, creating a digital economy worth that $23 trillion. So this is big, this is large. So you can't see this and not find out how it's going to happen, how you can have your cut from the market estimate. The global digital transformation market size is anticipated to reach $999.8 billion by 2025 from $468.8 billion in 2020. So you can see the level that things are. That's like 16.5%. Demand for digital transformation service is going to rise at a compound annual growth rate of around 16.5% over the forecast period from 2021 to 2025. These statistics, they should challenge us that there is opportunity. And say in 2025, 14% of all sales in Nigeria are forecast to be conducted over the internet by use of electronic systems. On the other hand, mobile shopping would account for 75% of online shopping activities in Nigeria in the said year. And that again is telling you about our other business logistics. Anywhere, like I say in other previous session, that anytime there is e-commerce, logistics, there's going to be logistic problem, and that becomes logistic business. The global data advertising market reached a value of nearly $374.2 billion in 2020. The market is expected to grow to $763.6 billion in 2025 at a rate of 15.3%. And that's why I said content creators have opportunity. We still don't have enough content creators, because adverts don't thrive without content, without those content you see, the skits and all those things. There has to be engagement for content to come on them. So if you are a skit maker, you have something you do, you are a creator in a way, one way or the other, you have opportunity. Or you are gifted, you are talented, you are not there online, it's an opportunity for you to maximize the power of digital and showcase your product, showcase that which you have. So what are the three ingredients? The first ingredient is information. Like I keep saying it, the age we have is the digital age, is the age of information. We cannot but get information. So information is number one ingredient that is going to help us. Now, this information is not about, now, you have to understand there is no between education and certification. This is not about I go to school, have certificates. It's no more about that. You have to really get it, get the information, know what is going on, make discovery, ask questions, and seek for knowledge. So because it's the first ingredient. And then the second one is commitment. It will need your time. The other times you do for other things, spend time, go to Google. Google teach lots of things. It needs you to stay online to learn. It needs you to ask questions. It needs your commitment. You have to be committed to it. That's the way I've seen this thing. And by the commitment to what we do in the Empower Africa project, I can see even the way we move from one stage to another, one step at a time, and we can actually see the progression. So you need to be committed. If you can be committed, you will have results. Many of these skit makers talk about, they started small, and today you can see what they are doing. You, in your very own eyes, you can see, you know when they started, and you yourself can actually tell the level they had today. And that is to tell you that there's opportunity for you, and so it needs you to be committed. See, you must take it like when you have a shop, you wake up in the morning, you go to the shop and come back in the evening. Same way you have to take the digital business. Oh, the same way you look for money to get shop, to rent a shop, to rent an office, the same way you need to get money to run ads, to buy necessary premium packages, to get yourself equipped. The same way. And the interesting thing is that you get better results if you put the same amount you put into physical businesses or physical transactions into online dealings. You will get multiple return, multiple results of whatever you are doing. My screen keeps going. What's going on? Please kindly give me 100 if you can see my screen. I want to be sure that we are communicating. I want to be sure that we are there. I want to really carry people along. Okay, thank you. So commitment is key. Then collaboration. You see, this is not the time that it is only me and me alone, and it's all my business. That you must collaborate with other people. You must collaborate with other ventures. In fact, for you, there are so many things that you should come together to do. If you guys are, if you are in the same area, you are talented in different things, bring them together and make them happen. Let me look at some of the collaboration I'm talking about. In e-commerce, okay, you can always, someone has a store, he doesn't know about how to design website. You know how to design website. He cannot pay you for designing website, but you can agree. Then someone has a bike, that can become a logistic personnel. So something like that. Oh, someone can talk, he can be the marketing. You form a team, you form a group, and you make things happen. Just imagine, there's no e-commerce without logistics, there's no e-commerce without marketing. So someone can handle the digital marketing, someone can handle just agree and work on things together and make things happen. And before you know it, your business will go viral. And then again, collaboration. I thought about people coming together in YouTube. I mean, agree on the skits, agree on content, and push together, work together. And that's another collaboration. And we have to collaborate with Nigerians when we have our people producing, making or creating content. Let's encourage them. Let's subscribe. Learn to subscribe to YouTube channels. Learn to give them watch hour. This is what is going to help them to continue. So subscribe to YouTube channels of our people. When people come up, when they are blessing you, you are not giving them money, but the only way you can give them back is subscribe to their YouTube channel. Subscribe, like them on now. Facebook has monetization. Find the way, whatever that is being required to contribute. That's collaboration. Give the watch hour online. Encourage them. the more they're able to do, the more they again have a way of extending to others. So let's work together. And then in Facebook, I talk about the same way. You collaborate, you agree with people, you push. Let's push ourselves. Let's help ourselves up. It's going to help. Africans, we can't stay aloof. We must come support others. So, and then new internet business opportunities are just, like I said, I just want us to know that there are opportunities. So that's why I'm just taking us through. We have these videos complete that you can see that and learn on your own. And number one, internet service business. Now, internet service business is available in you can, if you have an uncle that has money, or your parent, or what you are, and you can provide internet service for community, for estate, for a town, for a city, for for whichever way. It's a business that you can go to, and you can become the MSMEs package. You can go for MSMEs package and for internet supply. Then we have a website hosting business. Business of Africa, we started from buying hosting plans, but today then we moved to becoming a reseller, hosting plans, and then today we have our own hosting companies. We host all our websites. You don't have to start with that, but you can get there. Now we have our hosting company today. We can host at least now host up to 1,000 businesses right now, and we can always expand as we have numbers, which we are going to. We target to onboard 20 million businesses across Africa within the range of 5 years. We want to onboard 20 million businesses, and we want to train and empower 2 million digital marketers. And these digital marketers are people who you are just a potential entrepreneur. We get you trained, give you the premium training you need, and good to go, and you work with Business of Africa, on remote. It's something wonderful. So because there's opportunity there. So next one is web design. You can learn web design. We're coming up again with another online web design training that people can sign up. You learn web design, you can design website, you make money doing that. It's a good business because more companies we need. Just imagine more companies we need website. 40 million, we say more than 40 million SMEs in Nigeria alone, and more than 200 million across Africa. So you see the opportunity. Companies we need, organization we need website. Digital marketing business, I just talked about that. It's a good one that you can go into. Online referral business. Now there are so many online referral businesses going on. There are some that you gain free, there are some you pay token to sign up, and then with people are making it big doing online referral. You can make it. And online affiliate business, referral is you refer someone and you are being paid for referring a certain percentage. Affiliate is you pick someone's product, you pick a link of product to sell on their behalf, and you are being paid for every time someone buys on that platform on the internet. You are being paid for it. You can look for that. There are so many affiliate companies. There are so many companies around that. Online sales and services. You can basically on your own go and be buying products and be reselling, selling clothes, selling this. You can sell anything. You can even, interestingly, you can agree with the people that have the product, and you can easily resell for them. Then online tutorial class. You have opportunity. Yeah, the interesting that you can take one subject and you make it. I know people who make it teaching or just English alone. Even you can take language, you can take commerce, whatever you are doing, you can make it online, just teaching. Because you are talking about number. Right now we are talking about 1.7 billion people online at a particular moment, and just think of the numbers like that. So you have your market. So online tutorial class, you will make it big. The coding, IoT, and artificial intelligence, of course, that is another thing. And then it's the coming wealth in internet, because we need more of it. More of it are coming now. 5G, 5G is going to ride on this, and or this riding, they are together. So we have 5G coming out, and it's going to really drive artificial intelligence. So if you are there, it's a good deal for you. That is worth for you. And then drop shipping. Drop shipping is that a company produces product, they have the product. Now what you do, you pick the product on their website, you have your own website, you pick the product on their website, you put on your website. When someone places order, the person pays you, but the shipping is direct to the person that paid. So what it means, that's drop shipping. If you are not the owner of the product, it's another company that has the product, but what you do is that you go to agree with that company, there's an amount that they pay you. So when you pick a product from that company, you put it on your website, another person see the product on your website and pick the product and paid you. So you now pay the company, and the shipping, when you are filling the shipping, you are filling the shipping direct to that person that made the payment. That's how drop shipping works. So it's a good business that you can do. And also content creator. So apart from just for YouTube, Facebook, you can be a regular content creator as blogger. You can be empowering people with different write-ups, and you make your money there. You can and then you can do that for companies. You can do that for some large data companies, digital marketing, and you make your returns. You can help in storytelling and what have you. Logistics and warehouse, I've said it over and over that once the more e-commerce is growing, the more logistics and warehousing will grow, because we need warehousing where products within states, within community, within region will be, and then we need delivery. So logistics and warehousing, they are businesses that they will be growing more and more. So they are opportunity for you. The digital skills training services. Just imagine what I'm doing. I do lots of things. I want youth. I need to see people who want to take up digital skills training. I always say, look, I'm ready to put you through. We need more people that will teach, because the interest is that this generation, we can't stay without digital skills, and you have to learn it. So we need people who will be teaching. Now, we need people who will be teaching the users. So many apps are out, so many devices, people don't know how they, in fact, Nigerians have not maximized 25% of digital. That's the truth. You see people carrying phone, and on the phones they carry, there are lots of functions, they don't even go there. They don't even know what to do with it. And we have you on the street as a graduate, you are carrying a certificate up and down looking for a job. 100 people around you don't know how to use their phone, and you don't know that is business for you. Just imagine if you become an agency in that line, that you can easily train people how to use their phone, how to maximize their phone, come up with packages, and they pay you for it. So we need this. We need this. We need people to come into digital spaces. I mean, there are lots of opportunity. So you can be doing handling trainings. Look at it. See all our secondary schools. We need people that will be going to secondary schools, that will be taking digital skills as, that will be able to teach them from secondary school to secondary school. The same way, not just about computer training or music. The same way you teach them music, you teach them digital skills. Let's teach them how to use Canva. Let's teach them how to. And interestingly, Canva has free pro for schools, but schools are not maximizing it. If you have a registered school, you have Canva is available for you to use for free and pro, and they expect you to enroll your students to be a part of it, to train them for free. So there are opportunities for us. So if the schools don't know, I expect some are young guys to pick up this and go to school and find a way to agree with schools, bring them on Canva Pro, and so many platforms, so many apps like that are ready to work with school, for school to make money, the guys to become entrepreneurs. These things are there. So we need digital skills trainers. Online event management, that's another business. You can manage people's events. when I do some of my programs, like what I'm doing now, so many people don't know how it happens. How can they carry it out? You can learn this process. It's simple. You spend your time to learn how do they put it on Eventbrite? How do they put it on Facebook? How do they now put it on, what is web conferencing? When you say webinar, what is webinar? How did you stage webinar? How do you do? I mean, when you get that ready, so many organizations, they need someone who can be organizing them for them, and then manage the attendees, who will be able to manage the attendees, collect the data, and put the programs in order for them. That's another business for you. Just imagine hundreds, thousands of millions of companies that will need your service just for you to be putting all this. Oh, they want to do staff week, they want to do this, to put something together, online events management, customer week, and what have you. How many of us approach companies, they pass customer week, that let's put something together for your customers, and online and things like that. These are opportunities for us. Let's wake up. Innovation, wake up. This is where to collect your money. It's in innovation. When I say wake up, collect your money, collect the money from innovation. The digital is there for us to collect our money. It's there for us. So let's wake up and maximize it. Let's wake up and maximize it. And then again, I'll say there is Amazon trading. Become Amazon trader or eBay sellers. This is available for you. Go online and make research. Like I told us that Google is a great teacher. You can discover so many things around this. Then as well, we have creative arts businesses in Nigeria, and you can bring your creative arts online. You can train online your creative arts, whatever you do in the creative sector. You can bring them online. You can work on all of them. You can be able to make things happen doing that. You can be able to make things happen doing that. So, and also crypto trading. See, we're having a conference coming up on the 25th, Crypto Wealth Summit. Crypto is, some people say gambling. Crypto is not gambling. Crypto is really you have to understand that we are talking about digital currency. So we have, like I said, we have a summit coming up, and I'm going to be sharing that for as many who want to learn about crypto. You can contact me. I do crypto and I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying crypto, and you can also enjoy it. I trade. So you can learn more of all these things if you go to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/c or EA Project TV. You get there, you can learn some of all these things, and we have many of these coming up. And of course, we have a business opportunity, but for you to start about this business opportunity with AfCFTA project, I told us about the mentorship. If you sign up for our mentorship program, you have access into some of the businesses we have. Trust me, that's why we call that mentorship project Zero to Wealth Digital Billionaires Training and Mentorship Program. So I mean, it's there, and you can really enjoy it. So you have a WhatsApp. You can, of course, this Empower AfCFTA project WhatsApp number, so you can contact and we can talk more about it. So without wasting time, we have a guest in the house. So please, if you have any question for me, I'm going to go through the question. I don't want to delay us. Just drop your question in the chat room. I will I'll go through the questions, and I'll come back to attend to all the questions, and trust me, we're going to do that. So, but without wasting time, I want us to move into the next session, because we already have our guest waiting. There, Mr. Femi Williams is the CEO of New Waves Ecosystem. New Waves Ecosystem. You can see, I'm sure you enjoy the platform you're using. Connect is indigenous. Connect.com is indigenous. Is our own, and of course, New Wave is the owner of Connect. So we have been joining us. So, Mr. Fleming, sir, are you ready? And let's have you, sir. So actually, I've taken out. I know he was supposed to start with us 12.
Hello,
So because of
Blessed. Good day. How are you, sir?
Oh, okay, sir. So,
Greetings to everybody in the house.
do
I
you
know
have your
there are-
slides, sir? You can bring it up.
Yes, please. So make me a presenter.
Okay. Okay, you are now a presenter, sir.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. I know it's been like 3 days continuous session, and today is supposed to be the last day, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So I congratulate all of you for this session. I was in the house yesterday and I participated. I was with you when the presenter on bookkeeping and the domain name registration guy made this presentation. It was interesting. I also learned a couple of things myself. So congratulations, Blessed, and everyone. I greet you.
Thank you, sir.
I'm about to talk on a topic that is interesting, and almost everybody that is running business love it. Everybody that really desire progress is afraid of not doing it, because we all know that the world is changing. Running business, the strategies of running business is changing. Competitive landscape is changing. There was a time when you hear of competition, what you'll be hearing is competition between Coca-Cola and Pepsi. Okay, but these days you are going to be hearing competition between Coca-Cola and Zobo, right? Somebody actually did a research that we drink more Zobo than Coca-Cola in Nigeria today, you know. So competition is changing, direct and indirect, you know. Some people will have thought Zobo can never be a competition to Coke, but alas, they are actually giving Coca-Cola a big run for their money. And technology is disrupting everywhere. So any business that is not thinking about digitalization is probably doing so at his or her own peril. Can you see my slides? So I'm going to be toggling between, because I'm also trying to look at people in the online. So can anybody say yes? Can you see my screen now? For those of you online, I'm also watching you. Can you see my screen? I guess you should be seeing it. Okora for Christian. I could see that you have been chatting. Okay, let me try and continue because I've got only 1 hour. From New Waves Ecosystem, we're a leading IT company in Nigeria. We believe in local content, and we have created the platform called Connect, the one we are using now. So let me start by asking this major question. You must have heard of things like process optimization. Some people call it digitization. Some people call it digital transformation. Some people call it business process reengineering. Some people call it digitalization. And some people just simply say paperless office. I don't know what this word, they are buzzwords loaded in meaning. What do they mean to you? Unfortunately, it's not an highly interactive session, so we cannot ask you questions directly. But please put your comment. I'll be looking at it from time to time. Let me take you through some definitions. When you talk of digitization, you mean process of creating a digital representation of a physical object or attributes. For example, you have paper, you scan it and you save it in your computer. That is digitization. You have your music on CD, you move it into a cloud space. It's some form of digitization in itself. While digitalization is the use of digital technologies to change a business model and provide new revenue and value producing opportunities. I mean, using digital technologies to make businesses achieve its aim. So if the aim of every business is to make revenue and to give additional value to customers. In other words, when you digitalize and when you change your business model and things does not work as better as good as it was before, that digitalization exercise is a failure. And on top of that is what we call digital transformation. Now, digital transformation in its own case is business transformation that is enabled by digitalization. In other words, you look at your business and you look at, and I will tell you some framework, why do you need to, what the processes, what you need to do before you digitalize. They are all in my slides. So business transformation is to enable your business using digitalization. In other words, you digitize various components or all, the entire business, because it's possible to digitize the entire business, all right? Yeah. So usually digital transformation provides organization with opportunity to reimagine the way their businesses is run through new digital processes and tools. And you also will agree with me that every day, new, easier to use, even free, like Blessed mentioned just now, the tools, there are a lot of digital tools that are now available cheaply. Some background or some statistics, let me take you through this. We've gone through various industrial revolution. Industry 1.0 is when mechanization, steam power, weaving loom started. And industry 2 is when assembly lines are created. Because there is now energy, industries are created and assembly lines are created where if you have a 20 process production, you will automate small processes and you put it in an assembly line. So like imagine you are manufacturing a Toyota vehicle. At the beginning, the frame will come on the assembly line. When it moves forward, all right, tire will be slotted in. When it moves forward, door will be slotted in, glass will be slotted in, chairs, the seat inside the vehicle, and so on, it will go until it gets to the end. Industry 3.0 came with automation, and that was when computers get into business, okay? And we now start to have automation and intelligence, built into production. And what we have today is cyber to physical systems and Internet of Things and networks. You know that the internet, the way it was made, was for me to communicate with you, and like we are using it now, persons to person. So I'm talking to my computer is talking to some remote computer somewhere, some remote computer is talking to some remote computer somewhere, and ultimately you are hearing me wherever you are from your computer. If you say a word, it will go through the same process. Now, it is now possible for things to talk to things. In other words, you can have your refrigerator with artificial intelligence and microprocessor, and that you have set reordering level for milk. So once you are taking the milk, immediately it gets to 20%. The refrigerator itself is intelligent enough to place an order with Ebano or with Jumia, and Jumia will deliver another milk at the right time. So the future of production is about dark factory. There are what they call dark factory are factories where there are no human beings. What they find there is robots. And even when a robot has faults, there's another robot that will go and repair that robot. So there are now dark factories that are being created where there are no human beings. The whole assembly line is robots. We also have in future production robots and cobots. Now where no robot is using systems or electromechanical device called robots. Sometimes they look like human beings, sometimes they don't. Okay, cobot is human being and machines and robots working together. It's very, very popular in the pharmaceutical industry. Manufacturing a drug, okay, can be automated. You can get machines to do it, the manufacturing. But the quality assurance, the law requires that a human being must sign it, that it has followed the particular processes and quality, because the certificate of that person must be online. Therefore, human being and robots do work together in cobot environments. The next one is 3D printing. This is also going to revolutionize things, because there are printers that can print anything. We've seen demonstration of a whole house being printed. In other words, the concrete is cement and mixed into the robot head, and it will be printing like desktop printing in those days. Okay, it will be printing and it will manufacture the whole house. In pharmaceutical, you can, if you want to take Panadol now, you can, once the active reagent is in the machine, you can actually produce it from Panadol I'm going to take now. And if I stop using Panadol, I want to take another drug, it's going to manufacture and print it there on demand. It's still experimental, but it's going to change the way businesses are done. Predictive maintenance is now available because of artificial intelligence and machine learning. Systems themselves can know that. It's like somebody saying, oh, God bless it, I'm going to have malaria tomorrow, you know. So you start to prepare things. Machines can predict when faults will come because they have intelligence now. Then there's Internet of Things, machine-to-machine discussion, all right, where machines are trained, intelligent enough to take decisions on their own. And the good part of it is that even if their decision is wrong, they learn, you know, every day they learn new things, and the decision accuracy increases and improves with time. And then the third one is sustainable products and processes, where environmentally friendly production is encouraged. So the world is changing remotely, rapidly, and then remote work is also becoming a must. Now, transformation and changes are usually difficult things, because they say the only thing that is constant in life is changes, okay? So transformation and changes are very difficult. If they are difficult, then digital transformation is much more difficult. And the reason is that the number of connected devices worldwide is far, far more than the number of human beings on Earth. In 2018, there are 22 billion devices. And I'm not talking of mobile devices alone. Now, we now have fridges, we have a lawnmower, right, that predicts, that knows that, hey, my brake is going to go bad tomorrow, so that the machine itself will order a new brakes, right? And also, by 2025, it's predicted that there will be 38 billion devices that will be talking to each other, or potentially can talk to one another on the surface of the earth. Don't forget that we have about 7 billion people. And by 2030, there's going to be like 50 billion devices. These numbers are staggering and are very, very scary. Okay, let me go to the next slide. Okay, so there are two categories of business. There is the digital native businesses. Those are businesses that are conceived, that are operated, and are managed digitally. In other words, the owner of the business from day one have digital management, digital operation, and digital services in mind. And many of them, even from day one, starts in a paperless operation. While digital converts are businesses that are converting their operation. In other words, when the business are conceived, they don't even believe or don't have an idea of how digital transformation will get into it. So they have to, over time, convert. So the question is, which business are you running? How many entrepreneurs has digital content or digital operations in mind when they are doing their innovation? It's very, very difficult, and there are not many. So we find a lot of businesses are in digital convert world. And digital transformation usually begins with these three fundamental questions. Some school of thought believe that we should first look for what before we ask why, or before we ask how, right? Some people believe it should be why before what and how. This is my own preference. I think we need to first look at the business, because if you look at my right-hand side, I said everything can be transformed in every business, but then everything cannot be transformed now. Because everything cannot be transformed now, we need to look at prioritizing what is important. All right. So we need to ask, why do we need to transform? Because if your manual process is working very well and efficiently, and the customers are delighted and happy, and you are delighted and happy, you are producing optimally, there's no problem, why do you need to transform it? So you need to ask that critical question of why. Then after you understand why you should do the transformation, then the next major question is what? What do we need to transform, and what do we need to transform now? Okay, because you cannot do everything in day one. You have to even prioritize how you go about the transformation journey. And then the third question is, how are we going to do the transformation? Are we going to shut down the company for 3 months and then do all the transformation before we bring it up? Are we going to affect our customer in a good way or in a bad way? Are we going to, because we want to transform this building where I am, usually, most likely, we will have to pack everything from our office and leave until the transformation ends before we bring our chairs and tables and office activity back. Can the businesses afford this? So we need to worry and work about this. What are the drivers, things that are making digital transformation important now? The first one is the importance of customer acquisition and retention. Whatever business you are doing, customers have a lot more choices now than they used to have. So if you cannot delight the customer, they have the next shop to go to. Okay, so it's becoming very important to digitalize how you acquire customers and how to retain them. For us in Nigeria, organizations like Jumia, organizations like the banks, they've helped us to allay the fears of people who are afraid of doing online transactions. Now, almost everybody is comfortable to some level with online transactions. Jam is now done online. Okay, bank, the day you open your account, they give you a mobile app. Okay, you have to go and collect your cash through an ATM. Okay, some kind of online transaction. Okay, Jumia, you have to order online. And so a bit of onlineness is not strange to us in Nigeria, and a lot more people want it. I painted this one in red, which is the cost control. We know how important, how high the cost of things have gone up. Diesel, rent, taxes, even taxes have been increased to 7.5%. Labor is also increasing tremendously. Transportation is increasing. So if every business needs to find a way to reduce costs. So if your business is not a shop or a front-end shop or manufacturing where employees must come, why not give them tools and let them work from their house? For our office, I'm the only old man that goes to the office almost every day. Many other staff don't come at all. Why do they need to come? Programmers don't need to come to the office. They work from their houses. Okay, we need to control cost. And because of that, you need to give digital tools for the employees to do their work anywhere they are in the world. COVID came and it also taught us some lessons. Some of the lessons is that remote work. There's no business in Lagos or Nigeria today that does not have a bit of online, though people are reversing it now, but remote online devices. Online work. And if people must work online, then you also have to tolerate remote devices because people will be using or accessing your network from their phones, from their house. That phone does not belong to your business. It belongs to the employee. All right. And sometimes they will not use their own. A wife will use his husband's phone to access the office network. Okay. So the need to provide access to remote devices and remote people is very, very important. Also, importance of data insights for decision making. We know that data is very, very important. If you take any decision based on available data, the chances that you are going to be right is much more higher than if you are just using your insight or instinct, right, to make decisions. The struggle of keeping up with competition. So competition in your industry are not going to be sleeping. So if they're automating and digitizing their businesses and you are not, you are going to be left behind. The importance of talent acquisition and retention. Now, we were trying to employ some programmers recently. Guess what? We interviewed like 13 people. And what they asked for, can anybody guess? They wanted to do full-time remote work. In other words, a lot of employees want flexible working time. They want to work when they are comfortable. They want to work from where they are, not move, from home to office every day. Okay. And for me, I also learned recently that I'm more productive at night. So if you had sat me down in the office and said, produce this proposal, I may struggle with it. But if I sleep and wake up at 2 o'clock, between 2 and 6, I'm very, very productive. Okay. So if somebody had given me that kind of flexibility of working anytime I'm productive, you realize that I'll be a shining employee. But if I've been forced to come to work, all right, I will struggle. And it is the same me. So demand for flexible working by employees is rising. And then the challenges caused by organization silos. Gone are the days when there's account department, there's HR department, there is a marketing department, and they fight all the time because the data in account is different from the account. The data the marketing people are holding is different from the one the production people are holding. And all these things doesn't make for progress in organization. And then the need to also attract buyers is becoming thing. There was a time when anybody create business. The purpose is to make the business grow and keep on growing, build to last. But we now find a lot of people now build business for purpose of selling it. So they will build a business, achieve success rapidly, all right, and then sell the product, the business. That's their goal. So research shows that 60% of customers will abandon a brand altogether after one bad experience. This thoughtful question, like this is a typical organization. Which one of these cannot be digitalized? Can you not digitalize, or can you digitize or digitalize customer experience management, customer interaction, management of channels through which you serve your customer, the entire account and finance, customer insight, that is, can you guess what the fashion will demand at the next season, right? The next season, Nigeria is Harmattan season. Can we guess what kind of fashion Nigerian consumer will demand? Okay. Customer record keeping. You did this one of the training yesterday. Keeping record. Can you digitalize it? Training. Can you digitalize your training? Now you are doing this training now. Do you know that this session is being recorded on YouTube, right? And because it's recorded on YouTube, you can access it anytime you like it. So if, for example, Blessed Dollar have been collecting 20,000 naira from everyone that is here today, the recording, do you know you can also then make people study, get trained, use the same content for 1,000 naira, because then it is computer that will be teaching them, not him, not us again. We have created the content, and the content can be reused all the time. Operations of a business, manufacturing, I've talked about that factory before, warehouse, inventory, appraiser, publicity, recruitment, sales, marketing, payment, collection, agreement drafting, and even agreement signing, banking, referral, etc. Is there anyone that cannot be digitalized? The answer is no. There's nothing that cannot be digitalized in this world again. Even a whole factory can be turned to dark where robots are working there, right? But also, as I said, not everything can be digitalized, because there will still be some processes where human discretion is necessary, especially when you do man-to-man interfacing, okay? Then you need human being. Now, there are core considerations before you embark on journey of digitalization. You need to set a good vision. You need to understand why you are in business and where you are going, all right? If you don't know it, oftentimes, when you digitalize the process, many of the bureaucratic processes will disappear. Now, it will allow organization to add more value to the customer. But if you are not careful, you could deviate away from your vision if you don't stay focused on it. You need to understand the digitalization process itself, and then what will digital business mean for your organization. You need to look at your management. How ready are they for digital transformation? How IT aware, right? How IT aware where are they in terms of skills and competence? How IT ready are they in terms of their mindsets, right? What kind of growth are you expecting, right? And then how much of understanding of your customer do you know? If you don't understand your customer and you digitalize, you could kick them away at the end of the exercise. So the principle that is proposed for digitalization is that you look through your organization, look for processes that are simple. Processes that are simple as in when you get to the office, you will log in, right? After you log in, you will check your calendar to see what activity you have to do today. You will ask your supervisor, okay, what am I supposed to do? You will do, all those simple processes. If you automate it, system will do it. So you just get to the office, you log into your system, and without asking your boss, you see all the tasks that are there for you to do. All the invoices you are supposed to raise today, all the customers you are supposed to call, all those ones are simple. Logical processes are, look, if I pay you, you are supposed to give me a receipt, That is a logical process. That kind of a process, you don't need human being to do it again. You can automate or digitalize it, such that once you pay and the system acknowledges money, computer can send you a receipt to customer. Processes that are repetitive, right? When a process is repetitive, you do it all the time, is a candidate for digitalization. Also, expert systems. There are a lot of SMEs that suffers this because you are a very good fashion designer. You have spent 20 years, doing the design, and you are successful. Now you want to transfer, you want to employ people, and you want them to fit in and work like you. It's always very, very difficult, because as you, as the entrepreneur or the SME head, is sitting down, an embodiment of 15, 20 years of experience. Now you recruited somebody in 1, 2 years and you expect him to perform. And a lot of people will just get frustrated. I cannot get good results. I cannot get. So the old solution is break it down to small, small modules, right? You create content that will teach people and make them an expert. Okay, so expert systems is an area where you need to employ digitization. High precision process, for example, let's assume there's in our business, we have to submit quotation to an organization by 4 p.m. or on or before 4 p.m. And it's precise, after 4 p.m. you have lost the opportunity. Those kind of process requires digitalization. Things that have to do with customer delight, especially when you are dealing with customers that are IT aware, all right, that cherishes digital interaction, is also a good one. Then problem areas. There are a lot of SMEs who believe that people steal their inventory, that people steal their, people will sell and they will not they will not collect the right money, or they will overbill the customer. All those areas are areas that are usually allow you that are good candidate for digitalization. So when you're asking the question what, why, and how, these are the areas that you should focus more. What will that do? That is, if you can take off all the repetitive, logical, and simple processes, if you can automate all your expert systems, if you can do high precision process, it can allow you to focus on what matters. You can then be asking the question, what is next? How much value can I add to this customer? What additional value can I give? That means I raise the potential or capacity of the organization to add more value, right, to the customers. Now, these are key success factors. For every robust digital transformation strategy, there must be a strategy and a plan. And that must include your strategic objectives. There must be key initiatives to achieve those objectives, and there must be human and financial resources required to complete each initiative. You don't want to start a digital transformation journey and you don't have budget to complete it. It's going to fail. There must also be a business case. And I'm saying, if you have a manual system that is working perfectly, customers are happy, competitions are not doing the same thing, you think if you automate these processes, not going to give you a competitive edge, not going to lead to revenue, not going to lead to operational efficiency. Why do it? So you need to create a business case that if I go on this journey, what matters to me, either revenue, operational efficiency, market share, something that will be seen as benefit must increase. That is when digitalization or business transformation will be seen to be successful. Okay, so key initiative and objectives, scope and approach must be well stated, expected deliverable and business outcomes, and then cost and benefit must be well articulated. Then processes and priorities. I've given a framework for the processes that needed to be automated or to be digitally transformed. Okay, process and priorities are very, very important in that, because you cannot change everything in a business in one day. We normally use a 2x2 matrix where you put in impact on the x-axis and effort on the y-axis. So you, at the beginning, you look at activities or tasks, right, that have very high impact and low effort. Some people call them low-hanging fruit. That is where to start, okay? And once you can finish with that quadrant, you go to those that have low impact and high effort is the one you actually trash them or do those ones last, okay? That have high impact and high effort. So you prioritize how you move around the quadrants. Then the change management. You also need to do an impact assessment. If you are a cleaning business and all the people working with you are illiterate, all right? When you are going to do digital transformation, you need to chart the kind of technology you have to use, because you need people to use it around you, okay? You need to work around communication training and how you are going to coach and handhold the people. And then resistance management plan. Most of the time, once you start digital transformation, employees are scared. Some people will believe, hey, your guy is going to sack us, so our work don't finish, you know. With all that, you need to envisage that employees will see this and communicate appropriately. And then governance, how do you going to, from top to bottom, how are you going to go through and make sure that the digital transformation journey is successful? Sometimes you need a consultant to take you through. And what they normally do is to look at the current state, what you have as you have it today, looking at the standard operating procedure of every business unit, review the current strategy of the organization, benchmark your strategy and your standard operating process with similar institutions, do a lot of analysis, even prepare a transformation strategy document where we will consider the business case, like I said, the change management plan, the governance, and all that. Okay, then that will be presented to you for to the management for approval. After which the change management itself starts. So you select vendors. If you are going to choose many vendors, you build the IT platform, you train people on how to use it, you develop a funding plan. If you have to raise money to do the transformation, then you also need to do internal training for people to be competent on using it, and then hand over. And then it did not just stop there. You need to regularly review that you are still on the journey is impacting your businesses in a right way. Because you will have spent a lot of money. We have seen a bank that invested on a big ERP system, and after 2 years, they have to reverse the process because they're just spending money and is not achieving the results. So let's talk about the barriers, things that makes digital transformation to fail. The first one is poor change management strategy. You of course know that all the people working with you, they are not IT aware, not IT learned, and you did not make enough hand holding and training, right? And coaching, because training is not just coaching and even challenging them. The exercise will fail. Okay. Somebody call it. Let me tell you now is resistance management. You of course know that the people that you are working with in your organization will resist this plan, and you did not make sufficient plan to overcome that resistance. The whole thing will fail. Sometimes, especially companies that are very liquid, do make mistake of, okay, because GTB is using Microsoft Dynamics, then we must use Microsoft Dynamics. We don't have to look at whether it's appropriate for us. So sometimes complex software and technology can make the whole transformation journey a failure. Driving adoption of new tools and processes when the employees, the customer are not ready for it can make it fail. Now, this is the most complex one. Whether you like it or not, the consumer's tastes and expectation are changing. Somebody who is afraid of doing online business with the bank, one day bank will force him to do online business. You thought this man is a bushman, he cannot do online transactions. So you choose not to transform your own business. All right. You'll be shocked that one day this man will just buy something on Jumia, and he will have a good experience of it. You know what he's going to do? He's going to look at your business again and say, this old business, this bushman business, you are calling me bushman before. You're going to turn the table, and you are going to be the bushman business that cannot do online because he's been educated, because he has experienced it, right? So the consumer needs, consumer taste, consumer expectation is changing, and it is important that you survey and you check it clearly. Lack of clear digital transformation strategy, okay? Sometimes when you do digital transformation, you free yourself up of many of the bureaucratic or many of the things that bog employees down in the office. Now, that time that is freed up, what are they going to use it for? If you don't use it, if you don't encourage them to use it towards satisfying the customer more, giving more value to the customer, giving better value and a better experience to the customer, you realize that people will introduce bureaucracies even into the technology. Lack of proper IT skills, security concerns. Now, if you put a lot of people don't put servers in the office anymore, you got to host it in the cloud. Yes, there are enough technology that can protect you, but you also need to know that there are risks associated with online hosting. Budget constraints, you should not allow budget to finish. while you are still implementing. So you must have appropriate funding for it. Culture, mindset, and fear. In the organization, the expectation of the managing director and the IT department, sometimes they are at war. The MD wanted digital transformation, but the MD is looking at the cost because he cannot overspend money because he wants to declare profit at the end of the day. The IT unit wants to use the biggest gigabytes because there is a iPhone, what do we have now, 14. While iPhone 11 can do it, iPhone 12 can do it, but iPhone 14, because that is the latest in gigabytes. That is what, you find out that this conflict exists. You get into account department and you say, look, man, let us do an endorse. We're going to transform every year into digital form. So when customer pays, instead of you to collect the money, issue receipt, then go and post into appropriate ledgers, system will collect the money because they're going to pay remotely online, and then the system will do all the debit and credit and post into all the ledgers. So you would just be analyzing data for us. That is success for the managing director. But for the head of account, the man will think, okay, when computer do everything now, waiting call remain. We're out of job. So you realize that while you are articulating success, you also need to allay the fears of the employees. Some common risks and how to mitigate them. Sometimes you realize that you are implementing and staff are left in the dark. That is where you hear things like, me, I don't know what MD wants to do about this. Or something, I don't know why this one. And customer will complain, I don't know, it's the IT people, so they will be passing the buck. So we need to ensure communication commences early and communication is consistent. We must ensure driver for change are clearly articulated. So organization must say, this is why we are changing, and provide clear contact points. In fact, we say that in every department, there must be somebody that is called digital champion, who, because not everybody can go to the MD to say, oh God, I did not understand how to operate this machine. But if you train and overtrain somebody in every unit, and you call him a digital champion, they can go to their peers to learn easily. Now, weak participation and visibility of a project leader. You must be sure that executive involvement, the tone at the top, the MD or the whoever owner of the business must be well involved. The value of the DS project is not understood or recognized. I said it, to an IT person, the value to the customer is not important, but the guy wants to go out and brag that we're using iPhone 14 in my office. We are on Phantom processor. Okay, you have to articulate why the project is taking place, ensure benefits are realized through appropriate measurement, and then it's clearly articulated. Nobody knows who is running the change. It's also not impossible that the MD creates the thing and it does not put digital champion in charge. There's nobody that is running it. So you need to create change agents and mobilize them appropriately. Now, overloading or start with different initiatives and tasks. The biggest trouble is usually you have conceived digital transformation as a process that needed to be implemented, but the staff are doing their work manually, right? After some time, you now say, okay, guys, the next 2 months, we are going to do parallel run. What does that mean to employee? They're going to be doing the manual and they'll be doing the automated. You have just doubled their work. So sometimes it can lead to overload and it can kill the interest. So it's something that is a very delicate trade-off. It's important to do a bit of double entry or double run, parallel run, but it must be very short and you must migrate them to the new system so that they can gain the advantage easy. Then knowledge gap of staff on new solution. Ensure that everybody is trained. You need not just training, you need training and retraining at all times. Now, let us do some imagination. Imagine that you, as the managing director of or the SME owner, you get to office one day and you take up your computer, not even your computer, your phone, and you open an application and you see your bank balances today, real-time, correct, accurate. You see all the customers that you are owing or that are owing you, accurate. You see all the tasks for today, all the customers you are supposed to call, all the invoices you are supposed to issue, etc. You see all the outstanding tasks that your staff are yet to deliver. I mean, they are supposed to go to Kano, they did not go. They are supposed to issue invoice for a customer. They have not issued it. You can see all outstanding by your employee. You can see the size and amount of your inventory. You can see all the outstanding receivables. You can see the status of all tasks and projects in your company. How will you feel? All right? Don't you think you're going to be an effective and a much more successful entrepreneur or an SME? Because these are the things that bogs down the head of entrepreneur or SME head. You want to make purchases today and you don't know the bank balances. All right? You are short of cash and you don't know even the age analysis of your receivables. Which money is due this month, which one is due 3 months ago, which one is due last year. So you know where to apply your pressure. Okay? Outstanding tasks, you can look through the whole list and know which employee to harass to make sure that they deliver on their tasks. Okay? Inventory is a common point of loss for many organizations if it is well managed. It's good to have inventory, but when things started to go bad in the inventory, it becomes loss center. Okay? So if you can have visibility into it on the same desk from your phone where you are seated in your house, how much of efficiency do you think it will bring to you as an entrepreneur and to your organization? Or is an organization where your employees can work anywhere? So the system you are looking at on your phone is the same system you are looking at your computer. If you are in US or you are in Abeokuta or you are in Ogbomoso, it's the same system. And it's paperless. You don't need to refer to anything apart from this system I'm looking at. How happy, how efficient do you think your organization can be? Applying for cash advance and retirement online. So when the employee wants to travel to Kano, they don't need to come to the office and fill paper. They don't need to see an accountant. All right? They just complete the application online. He moves it to their supervisor wherever he is in the world. He approves. The MD approves. Accountant pays. All right? Progress of project. So somebody went to Kaduna, and after he has finished his work, he will update his report on the system. And immediately the MD can see it, even without calling or without him traveling back to Lagos to now sit down, come and give me a brief on what happened in Kaduna. And then you start a long story, which is just a waste of time. Or file and retrieval of documents online. So you are in Kaduna, and the man said, no, we don't believe your agreement covers this thing you have come to do. Hold on, sir. You go to a document management, you fetch out the agreement, and you show it to him there and then. How effective do you think such an organization can be for staff to issue quotation and even to issue invoices online? And all these are possible using a mobile app. So possibilities, this is my concluding slide. Everything that I've said about is possible. Platforms are getting cheaper now. And I know that there are a lot of platforms that can do 60, 70, 80 of what an average SME does for less than 400-500K per annum. In a whole year, you won't spend more than that. And you are not going to use paper. You are going to use your invoices online. You are going to collect your money from your debtors online. You can even make your purchases online if your supplier accepts such. Okay, so platforms are becoming available and they're getting cheaper, but it requires priority. You cannot change everything in one day. You have to be gradual, and you have to be deliberate about what to automate or what to transform at this time. It requires discipline. So you as the SME owner, you as the entrepreneur, you as the managing director must be disciplined to use the system. Because if you don't use it, you cannot force everybody to use it. And computer is, we call it garbage in, garbage out. So if the employees don't feed, you will not have data to access for your decision making as a managing director. It also requires strategies that needed to be reviewed regularly. Sometimes you run into trouble. You have designed the system to work in this way, and then suddenly the employee, Japa, is it Japa we do now? Japa, you go to UK. And for 3 months, you cannot get an employee to fix that role. It means you have to break that role into two. Get 2 people to do the job of 1, okay? Because you can't get all these skills in 1 person, all right? That means you may need to change and review your strategies immediately, or you realize that, okay, when the part of the process is that they make photocopy of payment, and when after making the photocopy of payment, they take it to another department to show them they are paid. Now that we have the system, you can take out that process. because this officer can confirm from the system that this man has paid. So it requires constant review of it. It also requires change management, strong change management, because everybody, you need to carry everybody along. Don't forget that when you start your business as an SME, you are usually the messenger, the MD, the driver, the consultant, in fact, many people, you are even the manufacturer alone. But as the business grows, you have to delegate because you cannot do everything. And as you are delegating, you employ an accountant, you employ a production manager, you employ a supervisor, you employ a quality assurance officer. They are all now working together as a team. You've got to carry everybody along, know their deficiencies, support their deficiencies, and punish if possible. You know? So you must make sure that for every digital process transformation, you must reduce your costs and you must increase operational efficiency. Whatever cost is to your organization, you must reduce. In other words, all these two things will lead to revenue, which is what every organization is meant to achieve. Thank you very much. That's my journey through if you see, I started with a definition of thing. I took you through the categories that are available. I took you through the 3 fundamental questions. I took you through the drivers, what drives digital transformation. I took you through the core consideration, things you must understand before you start the journey. I took you through the principle of selecting which tasks to automate. I took you through the strategy and the critical success factor. I took you through the typical implementation approach. I also took you through the barriers to digital transformation. I explained common risks and how to mitigate resistance on them. And I took you through an imagination of a perfectly transformed business to show you that it is possible. Thank you very much, guys.
All right.
Okay. Are there questions?
I actually couldn't hear you, sir.
Oh, you do not hear me?
Couldn't
Blessed.
hear you towards the last presentation.
Throughout the whole presentation, sir.
I don't know. Please, audience, if you could hear him to the last presentation, can you please give 100? Maybe it's from my end.
Can you guys say, did you hear me? Olushola Beecroft, can you hear me? Or somebody Osho or Cora for Christian? But are you hearing me now, Blessed?
Because I couldn't hear the last part for me from my hand. I couldn't hear you. So
did you not hear everything, or just the last part you did not hear me?
I think I was thinking that Friday is the rain here. I couldn't hear you. So audience, please, if you are able to hear him, can you please give 100 just for me to know?
Blessed, are you hearing me now? Hello, Blessed.
Okay, so I think I will need to refresh. I think I will need to reload. The problem is then from my end. I couldn't hear him, but we all see. Okay.
Okay, somebody heard.
Okay, great. All right, thanks so much, sir.
So, are there questions? If you can type your questions, I'm looking at the screen. But Blessed, can you hear me now?
It's been a wonderful time together. And we appreciate all our speakers on the first day, from the day one and this today. We thank you all. And please, if you have questions, can you please let's all that question as we round up. Please let's have your questions. Please, if we have any question. Okay, so like I'm trying to, okay, no, if you have any question, please you can forward your question and we have get the answer. So like I told us for the mentorship, we've had the digital transformation. Of course, no business should stay behind, and then no person should stay without taking the opportunity, without maximizing the great benefits that digital has come to offer. So all the things we've talked about, don't just stop there. Find every way to apply them. Find every way to learn more. It's very, very key. And for the Zero to Wealth Digital Billionaires Training and Mentorship Program, you can contact us on the WhatsApp, enter the Empower project. You can be able to sign up. I'll be able to sign up and be part of it in November. And then I will be sharing, probably I am supposed to, in the chat room, the 25th, we will send email. It's already on Eventbrite. We'll send email on 25th next week, Tuesday. We'll be having the Crypto Wealth Summit. I know there are some of us who want to know about crypto. Yes, we'll be having one part time talking about crypto. I'm having two, three people joining me to speak about crypto, and I'm actually speak from the angle of what I do, the aspect of what I practice, what we do. Of course, we touch every other area, other questions, but we talk on what we do, and so far it's been so good. And the digital generally, internet business generally, internet opportunity generally has been so good. So thank you for being part of the program. Of course, be part of our community. You can just look for Empower Africa Project on Facebook. We have the group Empower Africa Project. Please be watchful. It's not Empower African Project, it's Empower Africa Project. And make sure you are part of the community. And of course, on WhatsApp, we have the WhatsApp number. You can easily ask a question. And also, YouTube, EA Project TV. You can follow up. We have so many trainings there. We have so many conferences, programs we've done, and you can be part of them. And so subscribe for if you want to know. Have the notification so that you can always know anytime we're having a live program, or anytime we'll be having uploading video. We have so many programs. We have tech talk and business. So take advantage of all this, and we are growing together. And then if you have graduates, you want to go into digital marketing, you want to be part of the project Business of Africa, you have the WhatsApp. You can just talk to us, and let's talk about it. So thank you all for coming, and we really appreciate. Thank you for your time, and we appreciate Mr. Femi Williams. Thanks. We appreciate all the team from the New Waves ecosystem for being part of the program. So thanks so much.
Thank you very much, Ola Saints. For the people that attended today, if they register, we'll give them a 3 months free Connect. 3 months account free on Connect. They can reach us through you. Thank you.